let's dive right into this explainer. I recently listened to a completely fascinating lecture by Radhika Ramana Prabhu, and it literally shifted my entire understanding of who God really is. So often, we approach theology with these prepackaged ideas, right? Like viewing God as this super strict rulemaker up in the sky. But the insights we're going to unpack today, they totally flip the script. We are stepping into a perspective that is fundamentally joyous and just deeply relational. Just to ground our journey, the insights I'm sharing today are pulled directly from a really powerful talk given back on December 23rd, 2009. This was at ISKCON Chowpatty in Mumbai, India. Radhika Ramana Prabhu was diving deep into a very specific section of the Srimad Bhagavatam. We're talking Canto 8, Chapter 8, text 22 through 25. The textual depth here is absolutely staggering, so let's see what it has to teach us. Here's the quick rundown of what we're covering. First, we'll look at the cosmic job description. Then, Lakshmi Devi's Swayamvara. Next, deconstructing Godhead, followed by the pull of Ananda, and we'll wrap it all up with a main point summary. Kicking things off with Section 1, the cosmic job description. What's really wild about how we normally view God is that honestly, we basically treat him like an overworked cosmic employee. I actually had to pause my own thinking when Radhika Ramana Prabhu asked this absolutely profound question. What does God do when he isn't working? I mean, really think about it for a second. If his whole job is, creating the world, maintaining the universe, processing all our daily prayers, who is he when he takes a day off? If we strip away the material world and all our personal demands, does God have an existence completely independent of just managing our problems? This right here perfectly illustrates the paradigm shift. The common view kind of paints God as this stressed-out manager, right? Overwhelmed, processing millions of prayers on some giant cosmic computer. Yes, no, maybe, try again tomorrow. But the highest Vedic view sees it totally differently. Instead, God is completely engaged in Leela, or divine play. He is definitely not sitting at a desk punching a clock. He's the ultimate enjoyer, entirely focused on relationships, joy, and spiritual pastimes. It's a game changer for how we view divine motivation. Radhika Ramana Prabhu actually shared this incredibly humorous anecdote from the texts. When the creator, Lord Brahma, was about to start the massive, exhausting job of building the entire cosmos, God didn't micromanage him at all. Instead, God basically just walks up, shakes Brahma's hand, and says, "My dear Lord Brahma, good luck to you. I really don't have time for this. I'm way too busy playing." No way, right? God himself delegates the hard work. He literally passes off the management so he can focus 100% on divine play. Moving on to Section 2, Lakshmi Devi's Swayamvara. Let's see how this all builds into this amazing story from the Srimad Bhagavatam about the goddess of fortune. So, during this grand cosmic event, the churning of the milk ocean, the goddess of fortune, Lakshmi Devi, emerges, and she holds a Swayamvara. If you're not familiar, it's this ancient practice where a royal lady gets to pick absolutely anyone from a vast gathering of suitors to be her husband. But her gathering isn't just a few local princes. We are talking about literally anyone in all of creation. Every single powerful being, demigod, and mystic in the universe is there, just crossing their fingers, hoping she's going to choose them. Now, I found the outcome here incredibly striking. She bypassed all those busy cosmic managers. She looked at Lord Shiva, Lord Brahma, the kings of heaven, and just passed them all right by. And why? Because they all have jobs. They literally have to answer to someone or deal with endless cosmic crises all day. Instead, she chose Lord Vishnu because he is swatantra, meaning completely independent. He answers to nobody, which means he's actually free to spend time with her. It is such a profound theological statement. The highest level of divinity is absolute freedom from work. Which brings us to Section 3, Deconstructing Godhead. This actually perfectly explains a very specific phrase coined by Srila Prabhupada. Instead of just saying God, which, as Radhika Ramana Prabhu pointed out, is a super broad, almost generic category, Prabhupada used this phrase that can sound a bit clunky at first, but it's actually incredibly precise. Think of Godhead as the massive umbrella category for anyone with divine qualities. Then supreme means we are talking about the absolute, undisputed, topmost being within that category. And here's the most crucial piece: personality. This means the Supreme isn't just some abstract void or a mindless energy force. He's a person with actual feelings, deep relationships, desires, and a completely vibrant personal life. During the Q&A part of the lecture, someone actually asked a really fantastic question. They said, hey, if this playful, personal form of God is the ultimate truth, Why isn't it just explicitly stated in every single basic scripture across the world? And the speaker gave this brilliant analogy. He said scriptures are gradational, kind of like math textbooks. In elementary math, like the foundational Vedas, you learn basic subtraction. You ask a kindergartner what happens when you take 5 away from 3, and they'll tell you it's literally impossible. But then you get to advanced math, like the Srimad Bhagavatam, and suddenly you're learning about negative numbers. The foundational texts aren't wrong at all. They're just preparing you for the advanced, complete knowledge of God's intimate nature.
All right, Section 4, the pull of Ananda. Which brings me to the fourth piece of the puzzle. Why does any of this deep theology actually matter to us on a normal Tuesday morning?
Well, the answer is Ananda, which translates to ultimate, unlimited spiritual bliss. The speaker made a great point that, at our core, we are all inherently a bit selfish, right? We're all just desperately looking for happiness. We just want to enjoy our lives. And the reason this specific theological framework matters so much is because the Supreme Personality of Godhead is the absolute unlimited reservoir of that joy. He's the very source of Ananda itself. To really drive this home, Radhika Ramana Prabhu joked about devotees in the temple who were out there blissfully jumping up and dancing at 4:30 in the morning. I mean, think about it. Why do people usually smile and celebrate in the everyday world? Usually it's because they got a raise at work, a big promotion, a new car, whatever. But I promise you, nobody is getting a financial raise for waking up at 4:30 a.m. to sing. They're doing it because experiencing even a single, tiny drop of this divine Ananda, this real connection to a God who plays, is profoundly more attractive than any material success. It literally changes the entire reason you wake up in the morning. Okay, Section 5, Main Point Summary. Let's quickly wrap up this explainer by cementing exactly what you should take away from this incredible 2009 lecture. To summarize Radhika Ramana Prabhu's insights, here is the whole paradigm shift in 4 simple steps. Step 1, God is way more than an overworked cosmic manager just answering our daily demands. Step 2, the ultimate divine is Swatantra. He is completely independent and answers to absolutely no one. Step 3, because he's totally independent, God is fundamentally a supreme person who engages in Leela, divine play, and relationships. And finally, step 4, we are drawn to him, not out of fear or some strict obligation, but through Ananda, that ultimate bliss that every single one of us is naturally searching for anyway.
I really want to leave you with this final thought to ponder today. If God's ultimate nature is actually inviting us into play, into joy, and into deep relationships, rather than just managing our problems from afar, what does that mean for your own pursuit of happiness? Does it completely change the way you pray, or how you view your ultimate purpose? Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Keep questioning, keep learning, and I'll catch you next time.